Hello and welcome back to another video for patch 7.1 Final Fantasy XIV with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at some new Framers kits. Essentially, if you come to Jonathas in Old Gridania, right next to the Wandering Moogle that gives you a free Fantasia for this patch content, so don't forget to go and do that, you will actually be able to talk to Jonathas. So Old Gridania, Apkallu Falls, teleport over to the Mi Ketos Amphitheater and walk around to Apkallu. And if you talk to Jonathas, you'll be able to actually exchange your achievement certificates for some new stuff. It's been a while since we had new items on this vendor, and you'll see on the other section we actually have some new items. We have, obviously, if you haven't already got those, the Pince-Nez. It says an illustrated periodical on fashionable local accessories, cover story on sophisticated round glasses of varying colors. So this will allow you to have those Pince-Nez for 2 achievement certificates. There's also the brass goggles, which are a brand new set, similar to some of the Ailey models that you might have seen for helms, but obviously it's been turned into a faceware slot for 2. And we've also got a new emote on here for 2, which is actually this flower bed maintenance emote, which allows you to water the flower bed. You might have seen actual NPCs in the housing districts going around watering plants. That's that emote, and I've said a long time ago I would love to get that emote in the game for us to use. It turns out we finally have it, so that's been around since housing has existed, as far as I know. The first time I saw that emote. And we've also got some Framers kits as well. So we've got the Kugane Commerce Framers kit for 2, which is obviously Kugane themed. The Kugane Leisure Framers kit. We've got Western Reach, and we've also got Eastern Reach Framers kits as well. So let's look at all of these items. We have more than enough achievement certificates, and I never thought we'd be able to actually spend them on anything. So let's go look at these items. Alright, so first on our list is the Pince-Nez, so let's learn that. As you can see, that gets added down here. Those are finally added, so we've got different variations of these. So typically you might be familiar with those, which are the stock ones, which look pretty good, actually. I quite like them. They're very similar to the rose-coloured spectacles, but they are the ones that don't have arms attached to them. Which is really cool. And then we have the various different colored frames on here, but it's also, not only is there different colored frames, there's also ones that have different colored lenses as well as the frames, which is really cool if you're going for a specific color. Maybe you're going for something futuristic. I'm really happy about that. Looks really good, actually. Really good. Quite pleased with that. I really like the purple ones, actually. So yeah, really nice. And then we also have the brass goggles. So let's learn those. And they are, as you would imagine, the goggles that you might have seen. There are many models in the game that uses that as its basis. And it looks like they've got majoritively most of the color variations you might see. And the best thing about this as well is a lot of this faceware, when it was headwear as actual glamour items, a lot of the colors were locked behind specific jobs or specific roles, or even on crafters and gatherers, and it was really hard to find something to go like that. Red one matches this glamour perfectly, you know, but who knows where the red brass ones would have been previously. You'd have to go and have a look through the Lodestone database, but yeah. So available to anybody in the game. Really happy about this. And in fact, I might keep those red ones on. They look that good. And then additionally, we've also got the emote. So let's look at that. So this is obviously a watering can emote. And you will find this, let's see, on the persistent side. So it is a persistent emote. It's not like this is something that we press and then we have to press again. So we can press the button. Has audio associated with it, and as you can see, we're sprinkling our vegetables, or we would be. This is used in a number of locations. We have it on flower beds. You get a very limited access to it as a player when you water your crops on the vegetable patches. Not everybody has housing though, so you might not have seen this. And also there are NPCs that use this, so it's been a bit of a tease for a while. It is very cool that we finally get access to this. I think it looks fantastic. just mindlessly watering my grass. Don't mind me. Yeah, really, really happy with that. That's really nice. It is just a watering can, but simple things. This gives me more hope for other NPC-related emotes that we might see in the future. I want the one where you have like a notepad in front of you and you're jotting down notes. I also want like the counting emote and stuff like that. So who knows what we'll get in the future. Okay, we also have these Framers kits to look at then. So we've got the Kagane Commerce and we've got Kagane Leisure. And we've also got the Western Reach and Eastern Reach Framers kits. Let's look at the actual plate designs first before we look at the portrait designs. We'll look at those separately. So this is the Kagane Commerce one, which looks pretty great actually. I really like that top border. It's just really nice to have something themed, you know, around specific locations in the game that we haven't had before. So obviously it comes with a base plate, pattern overlay, backing, top border. There isn't a bottom border with this one. Kagane Commerce portrait frame. As you can see, a frame around the actual portrait. We've got a plate frame as well, but there's no accent associated with this. But we do have accents that could go with that. Then we've got the Kagane Leisure one, which looks really cool. If you're familiar with the Clocktown, Castletown PvP map, it just immediately screams of that. And I'm sure some of the elements from those plates and frames would work with this as well. Really like that top border as well. These are really nice. Then we have Western Reach. That's what that one looks like. Very cool. I especially like the little boxes in the background there. They're really well thought out. They're simple, some of them, but sometimes that's what you want. And then we have the Eastern Reach one as well. I really like those spirals. Those like almost blade-like behind there. And yeah, really cool. All right, here we are looking at the plate designs then for portraits. So let's move my character out of the way just for a second. So as you can see, the Kagane Commerce one has a nice lantern that's in front of your character, as well as those beads on the accent there at the bottom for the lanterns. Looking pretty good, actually. I really like that. That's nice. I'll probably end up using that background a few times with other plate designs. We've got the Leisure one, which looks pretty good. We've got this pinwheel in the foreground there, so you can hide your character's face behind it if you want to, or something like that. I'm sure people will be quite creative with some of these designs. I like the tiled background there and the motif. That's really nice. Then we have the Western Reach one. The only thing that's in the foreground is the obviously the Alamegan flag up there. Looking pretty great. And then we also have the Eastern Reach, which has these sort of lanterns and other bits in the foreground up there. So obviously you'd have your character lower. Yeah, honestly, these are really, really good. I think my favorite is probably going to be the Kagane Commerce one and the Leisure one. I think those are some of the most striking. There are lots of other Framers kits in this patch, so we'll be sure to look at those together. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I will indeed see you all next time. Bye-bye.